Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farmville. Isn't losing any, like the straw is still going in and then it's filling up the pre-compression chamber bit still while it's sort of doing the rest. Does that make any sense? Like it's still flowing freely between the two. If the straw is pausing slightly at the pickup reel, if you see an actual pause in the straw flowing up in, it means that the pre-compression chamber is completely stuffed full. There's no more room for straw in there, so the straw kind of pauses at the front because it physically can't fit any more in. And then when the ram pulls back, the straw goes up into the chamber. There's like a big slice of the stuff, and then the straw starts flowing again. You get this little pause. If that pause goes on for too long, there's too much straw in there, and as the ram comes back down, there's too much for it to handle, and it breaks the shear pin. The newer balers, they have a slip clutch instead, and I always preferred. I never got to use one. I used one with a slip clutch for, like, I think maybe 2 days. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was absolutely amazing. It really was, because every time the slip clutch went, I didn't have to get out of the tractor. And normally when you're baling, you break a shear pin once or twice a day on the big balers, or at least the older ones. It's not something that's unusual. It doesn't mean that you're driving badly or anything. If you break 30 shear pins in a day, then you probably need to take a little look at how you're doing things. If you break 1 or 2 a day, you're probably doing it about right. Because you're driving it as hard as it can be driven. And you're basically packing out as many bales as you possibly can. So that's kind of a good thing. The slip clutch was absolutely wonderful. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And so you find that with a slip clutch, you actually are pushing the baler a little bit harder than you do with the shear pin, purely because you don't want to have to take the time to go and do the shear pin. I mean, some people just don't like the downtime on it. Me personally, I just didn't like changing shear pins because it was a dirty, greasy job. And that means I get dirty, greasy hands, and then I get grease on my steering wheel. And I don't like that. As my dad never understands this. Me and my father have always sort of had a difference of opinion on this. His hands get covered in grease at the beginning of the day, and it just stays like that all day. And I cannot tolerate it. I hate it. I really, really hate it. And I said to him, I don't know how you can put up with that. He said, did you not hear what they asked the mechanic? Because he trained as a mechanic, and he did work as a mechanic for a little while. And he's always sort of worked on his own cars and anything on, he's got a small farm now. Like all the work that he's done on the tractors and that, well, I say all, most of the work. Some of the stuff he does call in the dealer to deal with it, but he does a lot of work himself. And he said, did you not hear what they asked the mechanic? They said, what do you wipe your hands on when you run out of clean steering wheels? True story. So that's basically what he's like. He wipes his hands on all of the steering wheels, and well, I can't stand it. I absolutely hate it. And that's why I hate changing shear pins on balers, because you get dirty, greasy hands. I mean, well, I did start with, but then I wised up. And I went and bought myself a bag, a box of those white disposable gloves, you know, the disposable latex gloves. So if I ever had to do anything, or if I was greasing up the baler in the morning, anything like that, I'd put on a pair of gloves. Put on my disposable gloves. And yes, I absolutely don't care if some of the other people are sniggering at me because I'm putting on a pair of gloves to do the greasing up or changing the shear pin. You snigger away. I got a clean steering wheel for the rest of the day. You haven't. I'm quite happy with that. I eat my lunch and it tastes like whatever I put in my sandwiches instead of like the grease I just wiped on the baler. I'm quite happy with that compromise. So yes, I started buying disposable gloves and using those instead. It's a much better, much better option. But the baler, so yeah, you drive that thing absolutely to the limit. Now, the big balers now, they've kind of like changed the way they do things slightly, and you can run them so much faster. So I would guess that the baler driving down the row, I mean, I really don't know, because that's how you drive your baler. You drive it so that it's running full. You have the thing It's running full, and that's it. That's the only sort of... Excuse me. That's the only qualification that it needs. It needs to be running full. You don't need it to be doing anything else. You don't need any... there's no set speed that you run out down the row or anything like that. All of that is just for purposes of gameplay. And I've just gone and left a little bit of... Because what I forgot to do just then was put the straw chopper on, so it went and spat out that little tiny little bit at the end there. I really hate it when it does that. Right, let's put you on there. This time it's not going to roll off. It should still snap to the... did it do it? I don't know. Sometimes it takes ages to do it. Sometimes it doesn't even snap to the trolley properly. Quite sure what decides whether it's going to or not, but well, it's on there. So there isn't, like, you can't say a set speed for a baler. All you can do is say how fast it can push straw through. So having the set speed in game is kind of a little bit weird, but you know, it's understandable because they've got to limit the way the game... Like, you got limitations in a game compared to real life, and that's quite understandable. So that's why it does it like that. Let's bring you in over there. Right. While that's unloading, let's skip over to the tractor. We've got another 11,500 here. We've got, what was it, 7,000 in the combine. So we're just under 20,000 litres. We had 8,000 in for the chickens. So we've got about 30,000 in total. I haven't got 30,000 in storage. That was wishful thinking, it seems. So all of this wheat that we've got this year is going to be kept to feed the chickens through the winter, because we will be getting... More chickens will turn up. They will breed and expand, which is good. That's what we want. And then we'll be able to feed them all. So let's put you back, and we will also fold up the combine. And what we're going to need to do... I'm going to try and bring that one back round here like this. There we go. Oop, that's gone a little bit too far there. There we go, that's better. Going around like that. Okay, that one can stop there. Then we can run over to this one, and we'll go and tip in the grain in here. So that is ready for our chickens. We'll feed them a bit. I know the pen is not completely full right now, but it's fine where it is. We'll just do this quickly like this. And then we'll get the rake, and we will start doing a bit of raking. So I need to, well, that's tipping out. Let's just jump to you, because there's our rake. Lift that one up. I can't use that shed, can I? That's, yeah, January is the cut-off point for using that shed again. So let's just bring you over this way and stop you there a second. Like that. And... here. So we've done wheat, barley, and oat so far. There's 3 crops that we have done. So wheat, that's going to be barley next. Wheat, barley, canola, oat. So the barley field, which was the triangle one, is going to be planted with canola next, and the oat field is going to be planted with corn. So the important one is the canola, which is planted in August. And it could be, well, that's harvested way back in June. Actually thinking it better if we do the planting in September and we do 3 lots of planting all at once. Although I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. All of the other planting is in the spring, including the sorghum as well. Right, so it's just the wheat, barley, and the canola that we've got to get planted. And none of it is planted today. It is only the other crops that will be planted. It's only the harvesting that we do today, and then we can do the rest. So we want a direct drill, which we've got, to be able to go and plant those 3 crops, the wheat, the barley, and the canola that will be planted. There's no ploughing requirements on any of our fields at the moment. There is lime. We'll need to put lime on 22 and number 3, so we will do that today or tomorrow. We might leave that until tomorrow, because if we've got more harvesting that we can go and do, we'll have time then, like, there may be more lime that needs to be spread, so if we can sort of do all of the lime all at once, that would be really good. I think that would be a good way forward. Let's reverse you in here like this. And I'm going to get this one. Right, so the next job is to go and do all of this. Some of you have said that you don't want me to do any more small bales, mainly because I do a lot of small bales to start off with. The reason that I wanted to do small bales is because I really like them. But several of you have said that, well, I've done lots of small bales, so maybe take a break from them. And I've already done some small bales on this series. And yes, admittedly, I have done a lot of small bales. And small bales are time-consuming. They do take longer, although I'm not sure if they'll take longer than the quick bale thing. So I'm not quite sure yet. Let me rake this up, and then I'll see how I feel. So this is just going to give us 2 rows into 1. Not sure if this is going to save us any time for anything at all, actually. 3 rows into 1 is definitely saving us time, but 2 rows? Not so sure about that. Well, that's once around the outside edge. I'll just turn that one off because it does tend to get a little bit funny if you don't. And then we will do the... I don't think that we're actually saving us any time by doing this field with the raking. But I do think that the smaller fields will save us a bit of time. Because it's 15 kilometers an hour doing this. Now, the baler, I think, is like 18 kilometers an hour. So I'm still having to drive along the row for this at 15 kilometers an hour, and then the baler comes along afterwards and does a single pass instead of 2 passes. However, because it's only 2 rows, 1 pass at 15 and then 1 pass at 18 is not faster than 2 passes at 18. Or actually 25 kilometers an hour, because I want a baler that does 25 kilometers an hour. That's my dream. That's what I want. And also I've made a bit of a mess of that, but that'll be fine. So I've got one more little bit to do up here, and then we'll drive down a road and we'll just do those little fields. Still although, see, with the quick bale, the one that we've got at the moment, because, yeah, alright, I've thought about this, and I'm going to leave the small bales. Like, the small baler takes even longer to go... Well, actually, does it? How long does the small baler take? That's what I want to find out now. I need to find what the speed of the small baler is. So I'm going to put the small baler onto the tractor. And if it's... Because the quick bale, that one was running at like 10 to 12 kilometers an hour. Whereas the small baler, I think that one's also 12 kilometers an hour. So that's not... We're not going to be saving ourselves any time. And I'm not planning to keep the straw. I wasn't planning this time to keep straw. I was going to sell all the straw. We've got our sell point across the road there. I think that one also takes straw. So let's do that, and then I'll fold this one up. So because that one takes straw, I was going to take all of the straw that we produce this year and sell everything, because I think the mod to have straw from all of the other crops is also active, which means that we get a little bit of extra coming in from all likes of the sorghum and the rest of them. Because that's active, I should really be driving across our grass field like this all the time. It doesn't do it a lot of good, does it? Because it's active, we're going to be having more straw than we otherwise would, which is why I was thinking, yeah, all right, we'll just sell everything. I think that's going to be a pretty cool way of doing it. Make a little bit of extra money from it. It can be used. I mean, we could just take all of the straw and put that into the biogas plant. Maybe that would be something that we could do with the biogas. And I'm seriously considering that one, that put all of the straw in, because it's... With the stuff like off of the sorghum, the sunflowers and stuff like that, like the bean straw, I have done that before, baled that up, and we actually fed that to our donkeys one year, and, well, donkeys get fat off of everything. Like, they literally will get fat off of anything, and they ate the bean straw, and they grew fat and sleek off of the bean straw, so there's nothing wrong whatsoever with bean straw for some animals. Not all animals. Some animals are a little bit more delicate, and they don't like such things. But donkeys can eat anything. That's the absolute wondrous thing about donkeys, is they genuinely can eat absolutely anything at all. Alright, let's bring you around here like this. Fantastic. And then there's a little tiny... Yeah, see, I don't think I'm saving me any time by doing it. I'm not going to bother with the other one. I'm not going to bother with the other field. I think this was a mistake. Because I don't think we have saved anything at all. I mean, yes, it's tidied it up a little bit, and it's going to be a little bit easier to do the baling, but honestly, I don't think this is saving anything. So, let's fold this one up. I'll get down to the end here. And I'll fold all of that up, like that. And we'll go back up the road. Not going to bother to do that last little one. And we'll get the baler. So the small baler, if that one, I think that's like 12 kilometers an hour. Maybe we could do small baler. See, yeah, I'm undecided on that one. I'm genuinely undecided as to whether I should use the small baler or not. We have still got the small baler here. Yeah, there it is. It's in the front. So let's put you back in a shed. It seems that we don't actually need you for the straw now that we've got a bigger combine. We will use this machine right here for doing our hay and nothing else. So this year I will sell all of the straw, but next year what I might do is stick all of that straw into the biogas plant. That might be a better way of doing things, I think. Alright, let's just hitch this one on. Does it give me a top speed on here? You on here. We've got hay at the moment. It doesn't actually give me a top speed on there, so I'm going to go into here, and then balers. So this one right here has got 25k. This one has got 12. Right, that says 12k. Right, I'm going to do a compromise. I'm going to take this one down, and I'm going to bale the two small fields with this one. Now, it would actually have been faster. Because this one does 12 kilometers an hour as top speed, it is faster to go and rake everything up first with the rake, and then go through with the small baler. But it's only a really tiny field, the other one, so honestly I don't think it's going to make any difference. So I will bale these two small fields, and we can get an idea of how long it's going to take. And then I will take the baler from here, and I will take it straight on down, and I will sell it. That's why I was thinking I'll do it this way. Because I'm planning to sell the baler once we're done. So let's unfold that one. And then we need to put the baler out to the side like that. Start it up. And start baling. So we do this... excuse me. We'll do these two fields. And then once we've done these two fields, run the baler down to the dealership, sell the baler, and then we'll do the wheat field, the bigger field, with the round baler. So we can run up here with the little trailer, and we can gather up all of these small bales, run them back to the sell point and sell them. And then we'll have the bigger round bales with the other baler, and we can go and do exactly the same thing with that one. And then in the future, look at those bales coming out on these huge, great big windrows. That is amazing. I love it. I love that bit of it. Alright, let's bring you all the way around over here. It's a shame that this game, because this game now, bale capacity is based only on the size of the actual bale. Although I think there is a mod that does allow you to alter the capacity of the bale without making the bale itself bigger. The bale capacity mod. I'm not sure how that works, though, because I've tried other things for changing the volume of the bale and like the actual capacity of the bale, and it's just not worked. It doesn't do it. The game overwrites it. And I'm not sure how the variable bale capacity mod actually works. Interesting to find that one out. Try and have a look at that one. There's also one that I might try and actually add into the game. Why did you slow down? That was weird. Right. This one back around over here like this. If you put this one up, so current bale 95. So we've done 95 bales right here. No, we haven't. I thought it did current session of bales and any others, but there's no way that we've just done 95 bales. That's not 95. I mean, it looks like a lot of bales, but there's no way that's 95. Right, now I want to bring you around so that I can get that bit there. And that's all of the straw in this field. There, right. Let's lift that and turn it off, and then we will go on up this way. Not going to bother folding the baler for this, doesn't need to. And then we get in here. Start again. We may have a little bit of a problem down there beside those two trees. I'm thinking that if we can buy one more field, then this field here in the middle, well, these two fields here in the middle, if you look on the mini-map there, we've got, we're on field 3. Field 2 is in front of us. I'm thinking that field 2 and 3 should be joined together. We'll remove these two trees that we've got right here coming up in front of us now. Get rid of those, and then we've got a slightly better field here, because I mean these two fields here with these trees right on the end, they're a little bit of a nuisance. Not going to be they're not the easiest ones to deal with. We'll also remove that tree there on the edge. I've thought about it and listened to a bit of feedback and so on about trees and maybe using wood chips from them and stuff like that. I've decided, no, we're not going to do that. The trees, I will just delete the trees, and we'll say that what we're doing is basically we've got a little deal going with the local sawmill. They come up, we tell them where the trees are, they come up, they remove them. And the reason that they're not paying us any money for the timber is because trees are diseased. We've got, not all of them, some of the trees have got disease, and so we've basically said that if they will come up and remove all trees, the diseased ones, they would normally charge us for removing them, because they can't use the timber from them. So it's literally just would be turned into wood chips or whatever. We've basically said, right, okay, well, instead of charging us for that, come and remove any and all trees that we ask you to remove without any questions asked. And in return for that service, we won't charge you for any of the timber. So, yes, naturally, the sawmill, the people at the sawmill, have absolutely jumped at this golden opportunity because they're going to make a lot more money out of it than they would if they were paying us for things and charging us for removing some of the other trees. But honestly, we're not too worried about that, so we don't have to have the trees tested to find out if there's disease or anything in them. So we got random charges coming in. It's just easy to deal with. And besides, they're our friends, and you help friends out. That's what we're doing. We're helping our friends out who own the mill. So all of the trees that we remove off of our land, they're just basically going to vanish. That is the people from the sawmill coming in, removing the tree, taking it away, and they get to have all the timber from it. It's just that simple. I figured it would be easier than trying to mess around with making wood chips, anything like that. I don't really want to do any of that. Not for this series, at least. I mean, because I've done that for other series, and I may do it again in the future. At the moment, I'm still thinking that it's definitely going to be a little while. I'll be having a little bit of a break. I quite like that idea, because there's other games that I want to play. It's not so much that I'm bored of this game, although, yeah, I do get a bit bored with it at times, but well, we all do. I just feel like it's time for something a little bit different, and it would be nice to get to some of the other simulator games. I don't have the kind of time available I used to. When I was putting out lots and lots and lots and lots of videos, unfortunately, I'm not able to do that anymore. So I've got to make a choice. Either I carry on just doing the farming simulator stuff, or I stop doing some of that, and instead I produce some other content. And I've decided that other content is what I would like to do for a little while. It's not straight away. It's probably not going to be for a couple of months yet before I actually get to that. That bale is not supposed to be doing that. Because I want to finish this series first. I was wondering about maybe we would take a break from this series and sort of come back to it, but I felt that, no, actually that's just going to make the whole thing seem disjointed and wrong, so I will stay and finish this series first. So the aim of this series was 100,000 litres of every crop that we've got, the ones that we're growing, and on top of that, also repay the loan. Those were my aims. Now, I might add in that we want 100,000 litres of flour in storage, but I don't think that we need to do that. That's just adding in extra for the sake of adding in extra. I don't think it's necessary. 100,000 litres of each of the crops that we grow right now, and also some... Let's just bring that one back in there. 100,000 litres of each of the crops, and also repaying the loan, because how much loan have we got? It's like 1.5 million. 2 million. We got a 2 million euro loan, which is a fair slice, really, when you think about it. That's no small quantity. We will repaint that one for 708. We will repair it for 1, and we will sell that one for 11,680 euros. There we go. Right, we now have 204,000. I will drive this one back to the farm, and then we will have the bigger tractor and start doing the round baling in the wheat field. Have I changed the bale to the biggest? I think I have. 180 is... Yes. Right. We're already on the biggest one. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.